Welcome back, beautiful people. We are here for our last installment of our spiritual hygiene episode block. And this week we are bringing you some in the moment practice. So put down your grimoires, put down your books, and get into the present moment with us. But before we start that, let's just check in with Ella and see what she is up to.
Yo, babies, come join my Patreon. It's getting spicy up in her. Yeah, I'm actually posting content into the regular posts on my Patreon. There's a lot more group-based stuff, lessons. I even back posted a magical herbalism that I recorded in 2020 at the beginning of the pandemic. So you get a little slice of that magic too. But yeah, come join my Patreon. It's pretty cheap, honestly, for the ability to just ask me questions about your magical journey. You come to me about all your stuff. You can schedule an individual meeting with me once a month or not if you don't have time. You don't have to do that either. I also put up polls for what kind of things you want to learn about. So come join me and my ladies so far. And you can find that on the link in my Instagram bio at the.celestial.rose. Jasmine, what you up to, girl?
Were you gonna forget my name a second?
No, I forgot which direction I was going, and then I was like, wait, okay, I get it now.
So which J do I need to say?
Yes.
Which J am I passing?
I've been working a lot, guys. I'm tired.
Well, you guys know. You guys know what I'm up to. You into astrology? Hey, you over there. You into it? Well,
Hey,
I'm
Astro girl.
Hey, astrology girl. Boy, person, man, woman, adult.
Human hybrid.
Human, alien, hybrid, Cylon. If you're into astrology, if you would like to get into astrology, you want to dip your toes, you want to come swim in the waters of astrology, boy, do I have something for you. You can sign up, link in my bio, head to my Instagram, satin.saturn. I'm going to teach you about the planets. I'm going to teach you about the signs. I'm going to teach you about the houses. I'm going to teach you about the aspects. If you want to learn about just one of those topics, you can sign up for just that class. If you want to learn about all those topics, you can sign up for all of them. You save money when you sign up for all of them as a bundle, as opposed to signing up for each individual one. You catch my drift. Yeah, but of course, you can always sign up for readings and just hang out with me on Instagram at satin.saturn. Hang out with me on TikTok at satin.saturn. If you want to hang out with me on Twitter at satin_Saturn_, you can, but it's the Wild West over there. I just say whatever I want, you know. TikTok and Instagram, it's like, here's my business, here's my brand, and Twitter is just like, I mean, it's the Wild West. So it's fun over there. There ain't a whole lot of people, but I kind of like it like that. So, you know, do what you will with that information. Jess, what are you up to?
Oh, right now I feel like an astronaut in the ocean. But yeah, because since everyone can't see us, what I'm up to other than that is it's just like rebranding my page still. Like I think it's pretty well like underway and everything. So go check it out. The new vibes over there. It's pretty streamlined and coming together. You can find me at the Cloak of Love on Instagram. And Facebook is kind of being a twat and not changing my name, so it's still probably Loving Incantations there for now. Or you can just look up Jess Shike, and the spelling is on my Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. I'm a lot more free on my Facebook. I'm just gonna say that, like following in your footsteps of the Twitter verse. I don't tweet. I'm not a tweeter, but yeah. So find me there. It's fun. We do fun things.
We have fun.
We do fun stuff.
We're
fun.
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 And on that note, it is time for us to get present.
to get present, to get grounded. So yeah, for my grounding ritual, you might not be able to do it right now in this moment. And in fact, we're gonna go through these 3 rituals. You probably aren't gonna want to do them all right now with us. I mean, maybe you do, maybe some of you, but this is something that you're gonna be able to return back to and utilize in your own practice. This is something you're going to want to do when you need to ground and you need to eat. So whether you are making your own food, that's bonus points if you're making your own food. But you can also just do this if you like are picking up sushi at the co-op, totally fine. But yeah, this is grounding through eating. So first, before you even start eating your food, you want to contemplate and reflect upon where this food came from, not just like the store where the food was bought, or the market where you got the produce, or the farm where you got the meat. I mean, yeah, those are good. Those are good ones. But, just really think about like the earth, the ground, like the life cycle, really just like contemplate that, get in touch with that. Take a moment to be present in the fact that before this, came to be constructed as a meal, as something that you are consuming, it had a life, it had a process, it grew. And of course, bonus points if you were making your food, you've got a longer time to contemplate this, reflect on this, be really mindful as you are cleaning the food, chopping up the food, mixing it all, and creating the meal. It just gives you, of course, that's going to add a little bit more to the process. But like I said, if you've got that co-op sushi, you can still do it. You're just going to sit there and kind of stare at the sushi for a while you, reflect and meditate on it. So yeah, really think about, where did the carrots come from? Where did the rice come from? Where did the salmon come from? Think about all of that. Really recognize that this food, it had a life. It had a life before it came to you. And it is from the earth. And it has nutrients, and it's about to be a part of you. But we're going to get into that. So now, as you begin to eat your food, really take your time, process the feeling of the food in your hands, if it's a kind of food you eat with your hands. So once again, the sushi. But really take the time to feel how it feels on your tongue, even feeling and tasting the difference between like the different taste buds on your tongue, the sensation of eating, chewing, really consuming that food, feeling it as it moves from your mouth to your throat, moving through your body. So once again, this is the aspect of grounding, being really present in your body, really feeling the sensation of, the feeling sensation, the touch, but also the taste, right? And also the smell, what does it smell like? Tapping into those 5 basic senses as much as you can while you're eating your foods. So not watching TV, not reading a book, not reading the newspaper, not scrolling through your phone, being really present in eating, feeling it as it's moving through your body, still connecting to where that food has been, the life process that's gone through, before it has reached this point in its maturation on your plate. Don't forget to think about, how this food has, what kind of nourishing effects this food has on your body, mind, and soul. And that's not to say that you have to specifically only utilize this with healthy food. You can do this with any kind of food. You can do this with your Taco Bell. Totally fine. There's nutrients in Taco Bell. You can think about how it's nourishing your body and soul. You can think about how Taco Bell makes your soul feel happy, how it makes you feel good. Maybe it's your treat. Maybe it's your treat every day. That's okay. But really think about how it is giving you energy, how it's charging you up, how it's relaxing you, how it's sustaining you, how it's satiating you, being really present in the fact that this is a process your body is going through, and it's something that is essential to your life force. It is essential to having a human body. So when you're all done eating, make sure to thank yourself for being really present. Thank your body for being able to digest that food and consume food in that way. And thank your food, for being a part of that process with you, for sharing its nutrients with you, for giving you that energy, the carbs, the protein. And yeah, take a moment, meditate on how you feel, ground down, practice that grounding meditation, put your feet on the ground. Imagine those roots with your feet. Imagine those roots coming out of your bottom as well. And that is your grounding food meditation. I do want to add that I want everyone to not weaponize this process against themselves. It can be easy to use this kind of grounding meditation as something that we can weaponize against our body, as a means to try and diet culture is what I'm trying to say, essentially. We can weaponize it towards diet culture, like, oh, if I eat really slowly like this, then I won't eat too much food, and I have to eat this very healthy food, and yada, yada, yada. And this is not meant to weaponize. This is just simply meant to be really present in the fact that, when we eat, we are nourishing and charging up our body, and it is meant to be grounding. So just know yourself and your own connection to food, and this is something that is supposed to be happy and healthy, and if you're not able to do that, that's okay. But yeah, please don't weaponize it against yourself. Food, like I said before, you can do this with any kind of food. It's something that I do with French fries all the time because those nourish my body and my soul. They are essential to my life force. And yeah, no food is bad food. No food is guilty food. And all food is, sustaining and nourishing. And yeah, it's not just about like healthy nourishing. It's definitely about soul nourishing as well. So there you go.
I like
That's
that.
me. All right, Jess, what you got for us? Oh, we can't hear you.
Oh, there we go. I
There you
needed
are.
to turn my microphone on. So today I would like to share with you all a chant that has allowed me to open up to receiving on a lot of different levels within my own practice and path in the world. And it is it is a rendition of the Green Tara mantra. And Green Tara shows us that we have the power to set down our own limitations, to liberate ourselves of our suffering. We can choose the course that scares us because we know that fear can lead to something beyond our wildest dreams. We often hold on to stories that others tell us when we were growing up. These stories of fear, guilt, and shame are reinforced as we get older. Our friendships, our romantic relationships tell us that who we are at our core is too much or not enough. We hold tightly to these stories, for they make up who everyone thinks that we are. They must be right, so we hide, we live behind masks, we feel safe, but not whole. So with this positive and pure intention chanting of the Green Tara mantra, it is said to help connect us with our truest wishes. By communing with the goddess each day, you can increase your own love and compassion towards yourself and others. Tara can help you bring abundance to all areas of your life. This potent mantra can help to remove obstacles and worries. Her assistance is swift and centered in the heart chakra. This mantra is meant to eliminate fear, disease, and anxiety while bringing peace of mind and prosperity, utilizing her gift to free yourself of guilt and shame and allowing her to guide you towards your own liberation. I am liberated. I am liberating myself from my fear. I am overcoming my anxiety. I am eliminating my own suffering. I am protected. I am fulfilled. I am finding my happiness. I am liberated. There is no guilt. There is no shame. I am exactly where I need to be in this exact moment. Om Tara Tu Re Soha. 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 I am liberated. I am liberating myself. I am overcoming my fears. I am letting go of my anxieties. My suffering no longer holds me back. I am one with my own happiness. My desires are fulfilled. I am protected on this path. I am where I need to be. Om Tara Tu Re Soha. 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 All right, and that is what I have for you today.
Thank you. That was great. All
Up
right.
next, we have some protection with Ella.
Yeah. All right. Let's do this. Okay, so I wrote out a little spell. As always, tangible physical shit to do. Okay, so let me give you your little materials list first, and then I will tell you the process that we're going to use. So in this ritual, we are going to make a protection salt. And the materials you are going to need. You're going to need some paper, a pen, something to write with, a candle, lighter, matches, a fireproof bowl, coarse salt if you have it. If not, any kind of salt you have is fine. And a spoon or a chopstick, something to mix with. So the first thing you are going to do is gather all your items, make sure you have them close to you so that you don't have to go do anything in the middle of your ritual. You are going to cast your circle or do your opening actions like calling the corners or inviting your ancestors or whatever it is that you do in your rituals. You're going to go ahead and do your opening actions, and you're going to light your candle. Take out your paper and your writing utensil and write a message of protection on your paper, something like protect all in this home, protect my family, protect my dog. Like if you have a specific request, put it on there. Or if you just want protection, just put something vague. You can even put just protection of home, protection from theft, whatever it is. Put some kind of message of protection on that paper, write it out. You can fold it up a little bit because you are going to hold your paper over your flame and you're going to light that sucker on fire. If you don't have the availability to do this, you can skip it. It won't be quite as cool of an effect, but if you need to, you can just keep the paper and put it under your salt dish. But go ahead and hold your paper over the flame, let it light, and then you are going to let it get pretty well burnt, but don't burn yourself. So make sure you're kind of like over your fireproof dish. Maybe I should have put water on that materials list too. Make sure there's a source of water nearby just in case. It's not if, it's when with fire, y'all. Yeah, so let it get mostly burned up and drop it into your fireproof bowl. Let it kind of finish up. If there's still a bunch of white pieces left on your paper or unburned pieces, you can kind of like use your lighter or your matches or whatever and kind of just get those going inside of the bowl. Once your paper is fully ashed, fully extinguished, you're going to kind of break up the ash a little bit so that it's more fine. You're going to gather it up and you're going to put it in with your salt. So your salt should be in like a little dish or a bowl or a jar, something like that. Add your ash to it and go ahead and mix them up until they are well blended. So once they are blended, you're going to go ahead and you're going to close up your circle and your ritual, do your closing actions, etc., by your practice. And then you are going to take your salt either to your front door or your bedroom window or, I don't know, wherever you feel like you want to put this salt line, you go ahead and you put it there. Or you can even keep it in your little jar and keep it, on your altar, by your bedside, by your front door. If you're not trying to make a mess, that's fine. I get that. But yeah, this is basically going to be your protection salt. And even though salt is already protective and cleansing, you're adding to it with your actions and your intentions of putting that extra measure of protection on there. So now you have your own little protection salt to use as you need or use as you see fit. The end.
That's pretty cool. That's fun. I never thought of like putting acid. Oh, I forgot that my fan is on. Sorry, very loud fan. That's fun. I never thought of putting ashes with salt before.
Well, I was going to tell people to mix black salt with regular rock salt, but I feel like that's not a common thing. I mean, it is here. Like we have black salt all the time, but I feel like that's not really a thing other places for the most part. Like you can't just go into most grocery stores and find it. So
yeah, not
now you have your own black salt.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd probably have to go to like a Botanica or like something like that, like some kind of occult shop for actual black salt. For us, I think we have a pink salt, we have a black salt, we have a white salt. So.
Yeah, pink salt, very common. Black salt, it can be found. Well, I mean, in California it can be found, but not quite as commonly.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe it's like an ocean thing.
Yeah.
If you can find it, you can use that as well. But I love the process of making the thing. So that's to me what gives it even more power, is that not only did you just, purchase it, you've, made something. So
Well, and behind the scenes fact, Jess is doing it right now.
Mhm.
And all of your instruments that you're using are very cool. I'm very impressed.
Yes. Yeah, I
Yes,
like
very,
the
very.
little tube thing. That was cute.
Yeah,
My
you had a
little
very,
salt shaker.
Oh,
yeah,
yes. Oh, that's a
very cool
salt
salt
shaker.
shaker.
Dude, that's so
Yeah.
dope. I love
And
it.
so that salt I had already mixed with like basil and some other things. It's a
I
proprietary
love
blend.
it.
But so it was already mixed up with that, and now I just added my protection in there, and like
There we go.
feels good. And I mixed it all
Yeah.
in a little baby cauldron.
Aw.
Yes,
I love my
it.
mini cauldron. I'm like, oh, I can actually store this one.
I felt very witchy just now.
Good. You look twitchy. You're all like,
Yeah, you did look
witches and
very witchy.
scientists
I just
mixing
have to,
shit.
like, on that note, like, you don't have to be the most witchy looking person or like follow all of these different whatever. You could be whatever you want to be, and you're just like the embracing the energies of it. It's what makes you a witch.
Exactly.
Right.
Just so you know.
Right. I was going through that process because I was like, oh, all the tools Jess is using are very cool. And it reminded me that there's this woman who does ceramics on Instagram. She's called Mad Ceramics. I think there might be an underscore or a dot in there somewhere. And her stuff is amazing. And she's got these like cauldrons that she makes with like gold moons on them. And I want to get one. They're expensive, but I want to get one eventually. And I'm like, yeah, that'll be fucking dope. And I'm like, but you know what? There is nothing wrong with the fact that I'm using metal bowls. That is nothing wrong with using just a metal bowl from IKEA.
Yep.
That's how it is.
My
That's how
first
it goes.
cauldron was this, it's like a vintage Pyrex dish that had like no lid and nobody wanted it. It was at the thrift store for like 50 cents. I was like, this will work. Fireproof. If it can go in the oven, it's fireproof, right?
Yep. Ain't that the truth?
Yeah.
Wow.
I always tell people, don't overthink it. You got this. Use what you got.
Exactly. We love budget witchcraft.
Oh,
like,
yes.
ain't nothing wrong with that.
Preferably.
Mm-mm.
It's preferable. How are you going to manifest money if you're spending all your money, right? So.
Right. I mean, I look
You still got to
forward.
spend, But.
Right. I look forward to being a wealthy witch with all sorts of cool materials, but that's something you work up towards,
Mm-hmm.
You start as a budget witch.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. All right, my dearies. On that note, thank you all for joining us here for this episode. Thank you for joining in on these past episodes, all about spiritual hygiene. Let us know what you want us to talk about in future episodes. Let us know what you want us to talk about on our Grimoire episodes as we continue on with season 4. We would love to know. The best place to weigh in on that is email. So you can email us at powerof3witchpodcast@gmail.com. That's witch, WITCH. You could probably infer that, but just in case, thought I'd let you know. And the best place to keep in contact with us in between episodes is on Instagram at powerof3podcast. So on that note, we'll be back next week with a new 4-episode block. What's the topic going to be? You'll have to wait and find out. Okay. Bye-bye, darling.
Done.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys.